Right, so I've just come back from walking my grandma, my granny, which I call her, to the Calabash Centre, which is effectively a centre for, old people, specifically from the black community to go and essentially just spend time, just give them things to do. So, my mum phoned me at 10:30. She asked me, can I walk granny around there before 11:30? So I did that. And the reasons for the video is because I'm not gonna lie, I was very, very moved. When we got to the centre, for the Calabash Centre, I rang the bell, the buzzer, they let us in. And, the woman she was a young woman, maybe mid 20s going on to late 20s. She's very welcoming. Hi, right? Oh, hi, Pearl. She knew my grandma by name. And yeah, she's completely welcomed, and that really, really touched me. And as I saw my grandma walking through with the other elderly people, it really just, I don't know, really just struck a chord on my heart. Because, like, some of them were wheelchair bound, a lot of them had walking sticks. As you can imagine, old people, especially particularly from the black community. And it made me realize that we, especially as the younger black people in the community, we really have to do a lot more to help them and to support them, especially people from my age, 20s downwards. When you think about it, the elderly people now in their 60s, 70s, and 80s in the black community, these are people, they're like first generation UK. These are the first people who actually came to the UK, whether it's on the Windrush from the Caribbean or different parts of the world. They're the first generations. What we need to remember is that they set the foundations for us. If it wasn't for them, they obviously, we know the racism they had to face in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. It was difficult. They actually set the foundation for us. So for me, what am I, second generation, first generation? I can't even think right now. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that us as the younger black community, we got to do a lot more to help out the elderly black community. We can't really just send them to a center and just leave them. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's like we got to do a lot more to spend time with them and help them. Because if it wasn't for them making that commitment, like, yo, think about a lot of people, even today, a lot of people today will struggle moving country in 2017. But imagine doing that when racism was at its peak, doing that in the mid 60s, 70s, when you didn't have nothing necessarily to go to, you just took the gamble. That's the sacrifice they made for us. So I feel that we, as especially the younger black people, we have to do a lot more to help them out, a lot more. So for me, I can't wait to become rich. Because I was thinking, people would say to give to charities and stuff like that. No, but for me, I'd rather give 100 grand to the people at the Calabash Centre just to help the elderly black community, simply because of the sacrifice that it made for us to come to the UK. So yeah, that's just my quick thoughts on that, man. I'm touched. I'm saying I'm very touched about how, little community like the little centre like the Calabash can, help the elderly black community. I think it's such a great thing. And I just feel that a lot of us, especially the younger black community, can do a lot more to help the elders in our community. Because, like I said, they made a sacrifice for us. It's only right that we help them back.